Hello everyone, my name is Alex Wojtowicz of Elk Grove High School, and I have been taught by Mrs. Fisher to use the program Xcode. So today I'm going to return the favor, and I'm going to teach you guys how to use the Webview method in Xcode. So what this essentially allows you to do is it allows your user to be able to load up a URL once you've implemented it. And this is used in many apps such as Gmail when you click a link and it opens a web link for you, or otherwise known as URL. So to start, we're going to click create a new Xcode project, and it's going to be a single view application, and we're just going to call it Winter Screencast, for example. It can be any name you want. We're going to click next, and we're going to drop it into any folder you wish. I'm putting it into my Xcode programs folder. We're going to click create, and then we're going to head over to our main storyboard. What our main.storyboard is it's a file type that is the screen that our user interacts with once we've programmed it. So to find the web view, we're going to navigate to the top right and click on library, and we're going to type in web. The WebView deprecated method is a method that is no longer up to date, and I no longer recommend using it. Instead, use the Webkit view, which is the most up to date, and it works in many more instances and has a lot more support. You're going to put it under the time indicator and the battery indicator. You're going to pin it to the right and pin it to the bottom, making sure it's maxed out horizontally and vertically. And what we're going to do is we're going to constrain the view. So when it has different screen sizes with different phones, it will still retain the same dimensions. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Control, and we're going to drag our web view onto our view, and we're going to click the top 4 options, constraining it to the top, bottom, left, and right. As we currently have just done so, but only for the iPhone XR here. So now that we have done that, we can close our navigation bar, and we can click Option, Command, Enter. And this is going to split our screen between the main storyboard and the .swift file, which will allow us to programmatically edit the web view. So we're going to import a Webkit kit, and what this allows us to do is it allows us to interact with the web view in a much more fluid manner. So here we are going to click Control, and we're going to drag in the web view as an outlet, and it's going to be an outlet, and we can name it WebView Outlet, for example, and its type is WebView. So what this allows us to do is essentially talk between the .swift file and the WebView outlet with no problem. And so now we're going to create a overridden function that is called viewDidAppear, and it's going to use the self-created animated parameter, which is just a true or false statement if it has loaded. So we're going to check if our super, being our giant screen, did appear, and we're going to pass in the animated parameter being true or false. Now that we have done that, we are going to declare a constant using let, something that never changes, and we're going to create a constant called URL string that is of a type string, which is just any jumbles of words in quotation marks. So it's going to be HTTP in this instance, our link, ://MobileMakers edu.org. Now we are going to declare a URL of a type URL, and it's going to be equal to a URL, because we want to keep the types the same, that is comprised of a string that we named string earlier. And once we have this URL, we are going to make a URL request of a type URL request that is equal to a URL request of a type URL of a URL we created named URL. So what this does is it goes to the web and it simply fetches the URL that we have created using a URL request. Now to format the URL nicely, we're going to add an exclamation mark right outside of the parentheses, and then everything will line up perfectly. Now that we have done this, we're going to use our WebView outlet, the little communication we have between the two, and we're going to do .load, and we're going to pass in a request to use the URL request to go fetch the link from the web. So we're going to pass in URL request, and now we are done. However, Apple does not like HTTP links, so to fix this, we're going to go to the navigation bar. We're going to click info.plist on our Winter Screencast folder, or on our project folder, and we're going to click on anything that does not have a drop-down arrow, and we're going to click the plus sign. And here we're going to type in app transport security settings, and we're going to press enter to create it. And now we are going to click the drop down arrow, click the plus sign, and we're going to allow arbitrary loads, and we're going to click this no here, and we're going to change it to yes. So we're going to go to the top left, and we're finally going to build our project. So essentially what we have done is we took our program and we constrained it to the right, bottom, left, and top of the screen. So when the screen loads on any other phone, such as an iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus, other than the iPhone XR that we are currently using, it will still be pinned to the right, bottom, left, and top of the screen. The other main important thing that we did is we took our app transport security settings, and what we did is we told yes, we will allow arbitrary loads, meaning it's true that we will allow it using a Boolean type. What this allows us to do is it allows us to open HTTP links, which Apple typically disables. It may take a bit of time for your application to load. However, know that it is fully functional, and in a bit we will see our MobileMakers EDU. My name has been Alex Wojtowicz of Elk Grove High School. Thank you very much for your cooperation, and I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I'm sure you will make great things with it. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.